Hi and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing a channeled love letter from your person. There are 3 groups to choose from: Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to. I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps in the description box of the video for each group if you would like to jump ahead, which I do recommend using so that you can skip over me shuffling cards in between groups to clear the energy of the group I've just read for and tap into the energy of the group I'm about to read for. So again, I will give you a minute. Please use the timestamps and we will get into your reading. Hi, Group 1. So this is your channeled love letter from your person, which I will read in just a minute. I'm going to start with some tarot to get kind of a feel for the current energies between you and this person, where things are at in this connection, what's going on with them. Okay, so we have the 7 of Pentacles, Death, Eight of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Wands, and Two of Wands. So it looks like there's been some things that this person has been avoiding, some revelations within themselves, awareness about what they need to do in their own life to progress forward, and kind of as the ripple effect of that, what they need to do in order to kind of turn the page in this situation with you. Some things with the 7 of Wands that they've been very resistant to, very defensive of, kind of clinging on to belief systems or clinging on to a sense of stubbornness or resistance, being very unwilling to yield. A sense also with the 7 of Pentacles of maybe prolonging things, kind of this energy of procrastination, like they'll do it tomorrow, or it's too intense, it's something that they don't really want to look at right now, it's something that, you know, it's best postponed. There's a lot going on in terms of thoughts about how you have left things, or kind of the state that this connection is in currently. This is never far from their mind, and they are aware that there are things that need to be done on their part. They need to take some kind of assertive action, take control of the situation, can take control of their own healing in some capacity, to transcend the version of self you were dealing with, that participated in maybe a cycle or a state of disappointment that you now find yourselves in. And they're getting a lot of signs about that with that 7 of Pentacles, kind of like that the time is now. A lot of synchronicities might be be coming in, a lot of dreams that are coming in. Also this idea of a lot of things falling away, kind of space being cleared in their external world, in order to really give them that sort of platitude of quiet, in order to go within, in order to really search within their soul, to discover the truth of who they are, the truth of what they're feeling, to recognize that truth of what needs to take place, kind of a humbling that needs to happen, and also this sense of empowerment to take some assertive action in this circumstance, to progress the connection forward, to move forward in their own life so that they are able to move closer to you. There is a desire for change. There's a desire for renewal, for rebirth. This person is not content and satisfied with where things are. And it feels like somebody who's almost kind of pushing away or trying to stave off that reality, trying to avoid taking a look at some of those heavy feelings, some of that shadow work within them, that, through that kind of resistance in the outside sense, trying to distract themselves or kind of avoid these thoughts, push these thoughts away and these realizations. It feels like the universe is kind of intervening here, sort of taking away that option of choice for this person. Again, as things are maybe, other doors are closing for them, people are moving away from them, opportunities might be moving away from them. They may find themselves entering into kind of a fallow period in terms of what's happening for them in that outside world. This is kind of that autumnal energy, that idea of sort of the falling leaves, of things that a covering almost that this person may have been sort of hiding behind or feeling very comfortable behind, and that sort of being stripped away from them, so that they are left in this space of kind of having no options but to contemplate, that the time is fast approaching, the time is now. Kind of this energy of stagnation. It can no longer serve them as an individual. It can no longer serve this connection as a whole. And so steps and methods are being taken by the universe and also in collusion with their higher self. That a chapter in this person's life, or a way that they've been moving about the world previously, it's time for an up-leveling of that. It's time for a reimagining of that. It's time to, kind of move beyond that and to, in this card here with this 8 of Swords, and in this deck it says interference. And it's this idea of, again, sort of shedding those layers, kind of ridding themselves of outside distractions, getting very clear, listening to that voice within them, having that time and space to really be able to hear that, so that kind of that period of running from themselves can come to a conclusion. And once they come to that place of surrender within them, then they reach that potential of being able to change the circumstance between the two of you in an outside capacity. So again, a lot of loss that might be happening, even just kind of this sense of a loss of the resistance, maybe even the distractions or the ways, the methods in which they had taken to avoid some of this work within them, or avoid what has taken place in this connection, what needs to take place in the future. There's something really internal that has sort of shifted within this person, where they're starting to yield to that. They're starting to allow themselves to sit in that space, in that quiet, in that temple within, in order to really glean the answers, to hear the answers, to really look at themselves in the mirror, and through that personal transformation, to then be able to equip themselves to generate change in their life going forward, and also to kind of find a route to change in the circumstance between you. So in terms of signs with Pentacles, we've got Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Death is Scorpio energy. With air, we have Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Fire is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And the Wheel of Fortune for me as a reader is mutable energy, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius. So I'm going to read the channeled love letter from your person now, group 1, and let's see, what do they want to tell you from their higher self. I have carried battles within me across lifetimes, and I'm so tired of fighting. Your love, that cool water which comes to quench my thirst and quell the aching wounds from scars in this life and all the others, at once invites me and makes me recoil. Who am I without my armament? Who am I if I cannot be persistent in my fight? Your essence is an oasis that beckons me softly. Come stay a while, you pronounce, door wide open. But my need for conquest and all the ways in which I feel challenged as I move through this world, which bares its teeth behind a smile, makes surrender to the rest and healing which your arms offers a panicky prospect. Behind my resistance is the utter desire to keep you safe, to keep my edges sharp, and to hide the treasure of softness that bears your likeness in a sanctuary within. Teach me how to love. Coax the patient one out from hiding. I am so tired of running from your love. I have never not heard you calling me home. So I'm going to close this reading with some initials, and this can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got H, V, X, P, Y, L, O, E, W, C, and T. So those are your messages, and that is your channeled love letter, group 1. I hope that the messages resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading or a personalized channeled love letter, I offer both through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 2. This is your channeled love letter from your person, which I will read in just a minute. I'm going to start with some tarot to get a feel for the current energies between you and this person, see where they're at, see what's going on in this connection. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords, the Page of Swords, Judgment, Ten of Cups, Five of Cups, and Four of Swords. So with all of this air energy, this swords energy, this connection, what has happened between the two of you, where you are at currently, it's weighing heavily on this person's mind. With the Four of Swords, they could be dreaming about you a lot, in conjunction with the Judgment card, which in this deck is called Spirit Guide. They could be getting a lot of downloads, connecting with you during dreams, getting a lot of clarity there as far as the significance of the connection, maybe getting some insights and clarity about things they need to do in order to move out of this state of loss with the Five of Cups and toward fulfillment with the Ten of Cups. Kind of the evolution and the progress in this, coming into some place of personal truth within themselves also with the Queen of Swords, starting to take responsibility for their role that they have played in this, the role in which they play in their life, in which they play in the world in general, how wounds of the past or their interactions with others has really helped to shape, trigger, and activate a certain series of responses and actions based on that. This is somebody who's starting to kind of move into a state of autonomy and sovereignty within themselves. Somebody who may have been very prone to almost unconsciously be very reactive. Somebody who was very much in a sense at the mercy of kind of the energies around them, the interactions that they have had with others. Somebody who could be a very sensitive person who picks up on energies very quickly, is triggered very easily, maybe has a lot of kind of unhealed wounds, a sense of loss in regards to love and heartbreak that has made them very defensive. It's made them have this very kind of hard exterior, where it's a sense of, as they're moving through the world, they're taking in so much information and constantly kind of scanning that to really determine, is this friend or foe? Is this safe? Is this something that needs to be combated? And having that kind of elevated inclination of discernment, always being in kind of that survival mode. It feels like something which this person is starting to recognize has kind of negatively impacted their experience of love. Situations and times when they need to be in that state of gentleness and receptivity. Somebody who's starting to come into that awareness that their guard has been up, that they have almost pushed away the medicine that has come in for them in the form of this connection to really heal some of those wounds of loss. So a lot of clarity coming to this person, a lot of reflection, again, dreams coming through, daydreams of you, and just a lot of epiphanies and awareness coming to them about who they are, the role that they have been told to play in their life, that they have chosen to play in their life, and the role that they want to step into in their life in order to generate some kind of change, changed behavior yielding changed results. They may start to notice as well that kind of these internal changes within them, the way they're moving through the world, it's attracting a different series of responses. It's attracting a different receptivity of others to their energy. So kind of these small shifts that are happening inside, and kind of this greater awareness of, again, cause and effect, and how these things are really linked. It's starting to be able to open this person up to find a way forward out of this energy of loss and longing in this connection, overly focusing on what has gone wrong, and redirecting that focus to solutions and how to kind of fix or correct or move the situation or the energy, the dynamic between the both of you in a more productive and kind of healing and fulfilling direction for the both of you. So I'm going to read the channeled love letter from your person now, group 2, and let's see, what do they want to tell you from their higher self. I imagine a side on the other place of where we find ourselves now. Behind the garb of detachment swirl 1,000 miracles of how things could be between us. You are with me always, and the words I cannot speak, I push out into an electric pulse with the explicit instructions for them to find you. I often know when you have received me, and I feel your blush as you look about, charged with the sudden flush of electric love. Thank you for granting me such access to your treasured essence. Your beauty is beyond description. You are pure light, even in your darkness. I know my steady resistance to progress, from sensation to touch, leaves you feeling forlorn. Like an ancient lover scanning the sea's horizons each noonday, I know you are perpetual in your hope of me coming home. From afar, I am always with you. My explorations and detours that arise cannot penetrate nor abolish the core reality that I am utterly yours as you are mine. Thank you for holding the space for me to fashion a map, to interpret the way, guided by the stars and the magic of moonlight, as I create and am drawn down the route back to you. So I'm going to close this reading for you, group 2, with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got B, D, J, V, K, M, R, G, P, and S. So those are your messages, and that is your channeled love letter, group 2. I hope the messages resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading or a personalized channeled love letter, I offer both through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 3. This is your channeled love letter, which I will read in just a minute. I'm going to start with some tarot to get a feel of the current energies between you and this person, see where they're at, see what's going on in your connection. Okay, so we have Strength, 8 of Cups, 8 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, the Sun, and 5 of Pentacles. So this is definitely somebody on kind of the brink of change, a new chapter opening up in their life, things getting ready to close out, kind of a feeling of being out in the cold with the Five of Pentacles, feeling very much left out and very unhappy with the way the connection is between the both of you, and also in other aspects of their life. Almost feeling like the stranger in the crowded room of familiar faces. There's a sense of feeling very out of place in their environment, feeling very out of place in the world in general, that is kind of interwoven with what is going on in this connection. There's a sense of things being really out of balance, kind of internally within them, based on kind of the nature of sort of where the dynamic sits between the two of you. They could be focusing a lot with that Eight of Cups on what has really gone wrong in the past in their life in general, in this connection. And they are in this process of kind of releasing some grievances, working on this self-forgiveness, stepping through that door to restoration. Somebody who, is kind of tired of sitting in that stagnation, tired of sitting almost in this woe is me energy, where they feel very powerless. They're just almost dwelling on what has occurred in the past. This is somebody who's stepping into this place of being very proactive with the sun, making that choice to turn the page, making that choice to focus on and to do something, to take matters into their own hands, to create some kind of action forward, to actively move out of this energy of kind of loss and decay and into this state of abundance. Somebody who, again, with that strength, and in this deck, it's called balance, and so that can really talk about coming to that place of balance within self, forgiving themselves for how they had showed up in this connection and in their life, how they had showed up for themselves in the past, forgiving themselves for the ways in which they had abandoned portions of themselves, and therefore, just kind of naturally and by a default, were abandoning the love that you had to offer them. They abandoned opportunities to really step out into that light, into the fullness, into a space of nurturing. Somebody who may have been really accustomed to kind of love and loss being the same thing, and how that narrative had kind of kept them on the outskirts of experiencing that joy, experiencing that change. A lot of insight. Eight of Wands in this deck, insight, and we've got that sun there. Downloads that could be happening, some kind of epiphany or awakening that is happening for this person. The horizon is becoming clear to them. What needs to be done? What needs to be moved beyond? Kind of what feelings or what way of approaching the world, or even approaching this situation with you, are no longer serving them, are yielding no more fruit. It's empty vessels. It's something which gives nothing. There is nothing further to gain from that, from a certain state of mind, or even kind of their participation in whatever these energies are that you've been dealing with each other as up to this point. This is somebody who's starting to recognize kind of the need for that personal transformation, actively seeking to kind of awaken that best version of self, bring that best version of self out into the light, to incorporate that more into the fullness of their being. Somebody who, with that Wheel of Fortune, does desire change for themselves, is looking toward changed behavior in the hopes that it will yield changed results. Somebody who's not content with where the situation is, or where the two of you have left things, and kind of is starting to have almost those it's almost like that dawning, those first kind of rays of sunshine, that sunlight that is revealing the way forward to them, kind of this path within that they must walk down in order to really come through the other side, better equipped to have something of substance and value to offer you, to really help to kind of turn the wheel, to turn the page in this situation. So kind of change for themselves, but also with the understanding that in order to kind of experience a different vibration in this connection, that again, that change needs to start from within in order to be able to present something different to you in terms of the way that the two of you are able to interact in the future. So with balance in the sun, we have Leo energy. Water is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. With fire, we have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Earth is Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And Wheel of Fortune for me as a reader is mutable energy, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius. So I'm going to read the channeled love letter from your person now, group 3, and see what do they want you to know from their higher self. You have struck me so profoundly. To taste of peace as you do is my quest. Nothing has been able to satiate my heart in this capacity before, and I am forced each time I collide with your sweetness to remember the ashes I contented myself with and called a banquet prior to meeting you. I have been depriving myself of you, faithful lover. I have left you feeling drained and unappreciated as your heart was squeezed and pulverized by the less than gentle touch of clumsy hands, including mine. We fit so perfectly, the seams of where I end disappearing into you where we both begin are imperceptible at times. You are the gilding upon my armor. I fear dissolving utterly into love, and yet I know that what I shall emerge as, with your radiant glory highlighting elements of my stoic capacity, will reveal to me a state of unrecognized wholeness in ways I cannot yet imagine. We are so much better together. I must realize who I need to become. You are a beautiful mystery and keeper of the keys to every answer which has been fleeting. I am ready to be engulfed by and rise within your holy fire. So I'm going to close this reading for you, group 3, with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got W, R, V, I, C, P, J, K, D, A, and Y. So those are your messages, and that is your channeled love letter, group 3. I hope that the messages resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading or a personalized channeled love letter, I offer both through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.